What's up YouTube? Johnwicksnipin here, and in this video, well, let me just start off by saying in this video, I am looking for ad revenue. I am going to talk about AMC, and unfortunately it's the only stock videos right now that are being viewed for one reason or another. I know that there's very few real viewers that are still watching. I know that it's mostly a bunch of bot influence that just searches for certain words on YouTube, and you know, they watch the video and they drop their influential comments in the comment section. But I think it's time that somebody actually comes out and gives you the cold hard truth about AMC. First and foremost, you know, I was there with you, okay? I've received my postcard, I had shares, I've shown you my shares multiple times on videos. I do not currently own. I do find it funny that some of you bots, I guess, love to drop comments saying, oh, why do you keep making AMC videos? You don't even own shares. And I'm like, really? You guys loved all the YouTubers that never showed you shares even once. I showed you many times, but you don't drop those comments on their videos, right? So here's the cold hard facts, folks. That stock's not going anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Even if you had a incredible 100% run, you'd only be looking at what, $8 to $10 on the stock. And I know that a bunch of the YouTubers would use that moment to just reinvigorate themselves, to pump out more videos and more hope that they can't guarantee they never could. Okay, this narrative was started when we were all locked up at home during the pandemic, and everybody was watching YouTube, or you heard from somebody that said, hey man, I just found out this stock, AMC and GameStop and this, that, and the other, look into it, buy some shares, man, because this thing is going to the moon, right? And unfortunately, it never did. It had a run because the initial interest in it drove the price up temporarily to 72 bucks, and then it all came crashing down. Now, we can't 100% figure out if that was the scheme or the scam the whole time, where a group, Wall Street Bets, decided to say, hey, we did it with GameStop, let's go do it with AMC. And they got you to buy the stock, word of mouth, family and friends told you. I didn't know anything about AMC. I wasn't even really trading in the stock market. All of a sudden, I had a cousin call me up and say, hey man, these stocks, meme stocks they're calling them, first it was GameStop, now they're going on AMC, and then, you know, there was also Nokia, you remember Bed Bath & Beyond, and, you know, they kept creating more and more. But it seems like the scheme was to get retail to buy it up, hold it while they cashed out when it ran up, and then they shorted it back down, so they won both ways while you got stuck holding the bag, and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars were lost by the retail investor. Now here's the facts, folks. I watch the stock market literally every single day from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. From open, from the very first possible trade to the very last possible trade. I watch it every single day, almost tick by tick. And I can tell you this, I've been on many, many stocks, and I can tell you that stocks that have over $500 million in their share float, they don't move much, if at all any. That's why your stock never goes up more than, at this point, you know, maybe 50 cents, a dollar, up and down, 50 cents and a dollar. And that's what you've been doing for the last year and a half, basically. Mostly all going down, but then you get a couple clicks back up, but nothing that's ever going to satisfy you, because you were paralyzed video after video on YouTube to keep holding that it's going to go up. Don't sell, because if you sell and it rips, you won't be able to get back in. Don't sell because you're going to lose your tax advantages if you do once it runs up. And all this constant stupidity that none of these guys had any clue of, could guarantee. They were just using the narrative. They knew that. And in my opinion, they were mostly responsible for why you have lost a lot of your money today. I can tell you this with a great degree of certainty, okay? If you are listening to a YouTuber and he is touting some sort of long trading expertise, okay, but he's talking about AMC, you can just cross him off your list as not knowing absolutely anything about trading or the stock market. The more they tell you they know what they're doing, the more it is that they do not know what they're doing. Because I can tell you this, there is no person on this earth that really knows about stocks and trading stocks, even if you could figure it out, which you can't these days. This market is totally corrupted and it's just a casino. But let's just play devil's advocate for a second and say there are some people that do know what they're talking about. I can guarantee you they ain't talking AMC. So when you go watch a channel like Tony De Niro, Boss Blunts, AMC Bigums, and the list goes on of guys that tell you they know what they're doing, they run businesses, there's some big baller, they've had years and years of trading experience, and they're talking AMC, man, that should tell you right away they have no clue about what they're talking about, because there is no millionaires that invest in AMC, and there's no financial stock experts that would ever pitch you such a bummy stock. People, you need to wake the fuck up. Okay, you are trapped, you are locked in the fucking AMC matrix, and you need to wake up already. Okay, all these YouTubers went from financial stock experts to now legal experts. They're reading pleadings. Okay, the other thing I find extremely humorous is now everybody is now cross-checking each other. Isn't that funny? I tried doing that a year ago. I tried telling people, it's time to find out who's who. You need, if you're on YouTube, you need to show that you own shares. And if you own those shares, you need to show how long you've owned those shares, because you may have been bullshitting me while not holding any shares. And I can tell you that is probably 100% accurate. That there were YouTubers that were saying, yeah, we're going to the moon. This thing's going to 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. And they didn't have any shares currently. Okay? The only people you should have respected in AMC were those that were showing you proof that they owned shares, and from the beginning, and I'm talking about $2, $3, $4. That was the beginning of this whole narrative. Okay, if at any point they sold off and they were still pumping AMC, well, in my opinion, I think that that is grounds for a lawsuit. So what you have right now is a stock that has over $500 million in the float. YouTubers try to pump you up and drive you crazy anytime the cost to borrow goes to like 50%. Let me just tell you something. I just played 3 different stocks. One was like 500% cost to borrow, another was 6, and another was 700% cost to borrow. AMC's never seen that cost to borrow. Okay, so please don't let them pump you up with that bullshit. There's plenty of other stocks with $1 million in their float, $3 million in their float, with 700% cost to borrow. So please don't let them pump you up whenever AMC gets to 50, 60, 75, 100% cost to borrow with the over $500 million share float. There are too many shares for this stock to move anywhere. Even after the reverse split, there's still going to be a shit ton of shares to move this stock. It is not going to move. Okay, the only way this stock is moving up is because the value of the stock is going to increase, because they're going to take some of the stocks off the shelf. The cold hard truth is this, guys, regarding AMC. Unfortunately, when talking about stock on YouTube, there is only one stock that YouTube, the platform, wants to talk about, and apparently some viewers that actually do still want to keep viewing more and more nonsense regarding AMC. But the fact of the matter is this: none of them ever knew with any degree of certainty that this stock was going to go up. They only used the narrative because it was popular, and they were able to get tons and tons of views and get paid off those views by talking about AMC. I mean, if you go back even to the Eight Fathers channel in the very beginning, he was getting like 50, 75, 100,000 views in the very beginning. That's how much views you can get off of AMC on YouTube when it first started. Okay, and a lot of other people saw that and said, oh shit, I want to get that. I can grow a channel. I can make maybe $5,000, $10,000 a month from ad revenue by talking about AMC. I don't know if it's going up or down. They say it's going up on social media, so I'll just keep regurgitating those stories. Kind of like Lou. That's all Lou does. Lou just goes on Twitter, Stock Twits, whatever other social media platforms that still talk about AMC, Weeble comments, and he just conjures up a talking point. Why do you think he can do 5 to 10 videos a day about AMC as if anything ever changes. I mean, the stock goes up maybe up or down 25 cents in a day. Do you really need 5 videos, 10 videos of somebody telling you, okay, this is what's really going on now? No. So I'll begin to close this conversation by saying that AMC has ruined, in my opinion, YouTubing for YouTubers regarding stock. You can't get a guy like me who will alert you to a certain play that will go up as much as what you're looking for in AMC, but you don't want to see that. You don't want to hear that. You only want to hear about AMC. In my opinion, possibly it's ruined the stock market. Now, it could be very, very possible and very, very likely that there was a lot of shadiness that went on with the stock, but it's not just AMC, folks. Newsflash, it's not just AMC. It is the entire stock market. It's not just AMC that was over shorted, over naked shorted. It's the whole market. That's what they do. That's how they're able to do it. There's nothing that we can do about it. As you can see, AMC's now what? They're sending out settlement letters so that you can agree to some pennies regarding that situation and the cleanup operation. I can totally believe that there's a cleanup operation there, but what are you going to do about it? There's really nothing you can do about it. Now, if you don't agree to that, which I would never agree to any sort of settlement, because that would then eliminate any chance for you to have any direct suit against the company or anything like that, because I'm sure you're going to waive that to agree to whatever they're going to pay out millions of people for this situation. Again, I'd like to state, stocks that are over $500 million in a share float do not move with the expectations that you have in the stock. That's number one. People do not buy into stocks with CEOs like Adam Aron that have dumped shares, never rebought. None of the board ever rebought. Nobody in that company is buying shares, but they wanted you to buy shares and they want you to continue to hold those shares. Don't you think that's a little weird? Furthermore, if you didn't need the final nail in the coffin, the guy diluted in front of your face through a scam. The ape share was a scam. Not only did he dilute, he made you pay for it. And then you had those same YouTubers saying, wow, what a great deal. This guy's so swell. He just gave us a gift. I'll never forget when I saw those videos, I almost wanted to pass out and say, are you kidding me? You just lost half the value for that share. What are you talking about? My question to you viewers, you real viewers, not the bots, because they don't have any thoughts really. They just have an agenda. But why do you still give the pleasure of your view and your subscription to channels that were either pro Adam Aron, pro reverse split, pro the ape share dividend? You don't remember those guys? Go look around. It's pretty easy to find them. Go watch the videos. I'm sure you've seen them already. Why do you still give them the pleasure of your view and your sub? Don't you think that to me is extremely disappointing, because I'm actually trying to expose things. I'm trying to actually help a community. I'm trying to actually help people make money. And you go and you watch another video that tells you, oh, now we're really going to the moon. But that was it, folks, in a nutshell. We all fell for a scam, and that was it. And I was able to cash out in the 20s before the reverse split. I never made it to the ape share. I already knew what you guys are seeing now back then. I put it on camera. I tried to lead by an example. I tried to beg people to show their shares, especially if they're YouTubers. I tried to create a coalition of people to kind of possibly protest through online videos and so on and so forth. Nobody ever went for it. And now look where you guys are all at. You're all fighting with each other. YouTubers are fighting with each other. Lines have been drawn. Yes votes, no votes. And you've got ass kissers of Adam Aron and you've got anti-Adam Aron people. And I think it's ridiculous. Why are you talking about one stock still when there is thousands and thousands of stocks and thousands of stocks that go through the same over-leveraged shorting, naked shorting, and so on and so forth, but you still want to talk about the same stupid thing for 2 years? Then you deserved to lose all of your money. But that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you very much. Johnwicksnipin is out.